You find the perfect apartment. The view is great, the natural light is solid, and the coffee shop is a short walk away. Rent is suspiciously high, but you sign anyway. Then you look out your bedroom window and realize you share a wall with Earth's mightiest heroes. For about 24 hours, it feels like a dream. You might see Iron Man fly past your kitchen or feel your ceiling fan shake when Thor lands on the roof. Then the first alien portal opens above your street, followed by a second explosion. The government vans arrive, and suddenly your insurance company stops answering the phone. Look at this 3D threat map of a typical city block. Those lines you see converging from space, the underground, and the airspace are incoming threat vectors, all aiming at a single glowing central building. If a cosmic warlord wants to send a message to Earth, they aim for that symbol of resistance. That glowing blast radius engulfing the adjacent residential structures, that is your living room. Because everyone else wants to destroy the building next door, your architecture choices change. You stop picking out furniture based on mid-century aesthetics and start evaluating whether a coffee table will turn into lethal shrapnel. You stop worrying about square footage and start counting how many load-bearing walls sit between your bed and the Hulk. Proximity to the world's protectors offers absolutely zero immunity. It simply mathematically guarantees that you will become unavoidable background damage. Then there is the physical toll. Superhero battles produce sounds that human cities were never built to absorb. Repulsor blasts, sonic booms, alien metal tearing through asphalt, and bodies hitting the pavement like a dropped car. Your nervous system does not politely differentiate between a heroic explosion and a dangerous one. It hears a blast and forces your body into a chronic state of fight or flight, breaking your sleep and dissolving your patience. This flow chart tracks a standard property claim next to Avengers Tower. You start with a broken window, and the cause branches into categories like hostile magic, alien debris, or experimental tech. Notice how every single path terminates in a red claim denied box. Insurance relies on estimating risk, and sharing a zip code with a portal-generating sorcerer breaks the math completely. When you cannot rely on a safe structure, evacuation becomes your actual lifestyle. You keep an emergency bag by the door, shoes near the bed, and you stop unpacking fragile items. You lose control of your day, spending hours in subway stations or hotel lobbies, completely exhausted, wondering if your apartment still exists. This creates the strangest real estate paradox on Earth. On paper, the location is famous, heavily secured, and commands international attention, pushing rents incredibly high. In practice, the street occasionally becomes an active battlefield, tanking the actual quality of life. Extreme proximity to heroism strips away your ability to secure basic shelter and sleep. You pay a premium price to live in an environment that continually tries to kill you, leaving you trapped in a bureaucratic nightmare. Even on quiet days, your neighborhood turns into a soft military zone. Security checkpoints, barricades, and armed guards appear without warning. Streets close because someone important is arriving, or because no one is sure what is arriving. Friends stop visiting because they hate the scanners, and your delivery drivers cancel at the roadblocks. You also lose your privacy. If the defense network next door can detect incoming missiles, magic anomalies, and alien energy signatures from orbit, those same sensors are scanning right through your apartment walls. You are constantly observed by AI systems, emergency protocols, and government interns you never agreed to. This diagram illustrates a villain's target radius around a superhero headquarters. Highlighted civilian buildings act as leverage nodes. Villains use the hero's morality as a quantifiable weakness. Because of this, an errand like taking out the trash carries the strategic weight of a global hostage negotiation. The protective umbrella of the Avengers actually traps you in a high-stakes cage. Your mere existence becomes a highly effective weapon for anyone trying to make the heroes hesitate. Look at this footage of ordinary kitchen objects, spoons, a toaster, a coffee mug, levitating off a counter and pointing toward a shared wall. The heroes themselves bring hazards, as their headquarters double as unregulated laboratories. A small mistake with an alien alloy, unstable energy source, or quantum tunnel next door can scramble gravity in your kitchen. These physical anomalies, combined with infrastructure damage, completely paralyze the local urban transit system. Your subway skips your stop due to unusual activity. Your bus is delayed because a flying chariot is parked in the lane. You miss morning meetings because an alien drone crashed into the intersection, ruining your commute. Once the dust settles, the media invades. Microphones appear outside your building, and documentary crews swarm the area looking for a civilian perspective. Online channels freeze-frame your balcony to invent theories about the battle. Strangers on the internet use your damaged apartment as content to argue political points about superhuman accountability. Some call you lucky, others call you stupid for signing the lease, and pundits heavily debate whether your fear is valid. The external world strips away your autonomy. You live through genuine danger, only to watch your personal disaster get repackaged as public entertainment. If you have kids, they grow up doing air raid drills for alien invasions. They learn to sleep in their shoes and tape the windows before major threats. They absorb the fear of the adults around them, normalizing apocalyptic danger as a form of daily entertainment, which inflicts chronic stress on their developing nervous systems. Look at this side-by-side comparison of a neighborhood block. On the left is a modest, lived-in local hardware store. On the right, that exact same storefront has been replaced by a sterile, brightly lit souvenir shop selling superhero merchandise. The gravity of superhuman fame aggressively gentrifies the area. Regular families and local businesses get priced out as security contractors, tech startups, and influencers move in. The community you remember disappears, leaving behind an ecosystem built entirely around a monument to superhuman violence. The presence of the Avengers erases the neighborhood's original identity. Even on peaceful days when nothing explodes, extreme fame acts as a destructive force, rewriting local history for people who came to see someone else. This diagram maps out liability after a typical superhero battle. You see a chaotic web of arrows bouncing rapidly between the villain who attacked, the hero who redirected the missile, the insurance company, and the government agency that approved the zoning. At the bottom sits the civilian, completely isolated and uncompensated. You get bounced between bureaucratic systems. You feel profound gratitude toward the heroes for saving your life, while harboring furious resentment that your apartment was treated as collateral damage. You know the villain is worse, but the villain is not returning your security deposit. Despite the terror, the immense expense, and the noise, the shared danger creates a twisted trauma bond. You watched history happen from your window. You share a very specific understanding with your neighbors about what an alien repulsor blast sounds like, and that community makes you unwilling to move away. Check out this footage from a street-level window. As the sky darkens ominously, the lights of the Heroes Tower fiercely power on. You hate the daily terror, but you also know the danger is coming whether the Avengers live there or not. When the inevitable cosmic threat arrives, you want to be physically closest to the people who can fight back. Earth's mightiest heroes will fight for you, and they make you feel undeniably protected. But they provide that safety by ensuring the greatest dangers in the universe always have your exact address.